How can the Parliament address these challenges?
Well, it is quite difficult to talk about my colleagues that had such profound participations. But in general, in Argentina, as in many other countries, we're dealing with local challenges, regional challenges, and also international challenges. And I would like to mention 5 of these ones. But before that, I want to start by saying or mentioning one of them, which is the digital gap that our parliamentary colleagues were mentioning. And I would like to start by giving an example. I come from Argentina, from a province in the north. I don't come from the capital, but from a quite poor province. And we are next to Bolivia. And we have people in the rural areas that don't have access to the internet, which is the reality of a lot of people in the global south. So there is a policy from our government, and we recently provided different digital antennas for the connection of these children in rural areas. These cross the river through donkeys to get to different schools. Then we managed to install them and we managed to watch the World Cup, and luckily Argentina won. So the children were very happy to be able to watch the World Cup. But it's very crazy the fact that an antenna for digital connection should cross a river on a donkey, because our children actually go to school by donkey. And this is a reality globally. So, which are these challenges? Well, clearly, disinformation. Disinformation, which actually, when it's rooted, it is very, very dangerous. Let's think about COVID. Cybersecurity counts on more and more attacks, but they are always more and more precise, and it requires technical abilities of people that are not prepared enough. So obviously in Latin America and Argentina, this is more so. Also, the gap among the different employees, the workers that require more abilities. Therefore, we need clearly more capacitation, more capacity building. Also, the gap of access to technology, first to infrastructure. We need to think that in the world, 1 out of 3 people are disconnected. And I used to say, when I said earlier that the virtual is real, and 1 out of 3 people actually, but moreover, in the case of Latin America and Argentina, it is 1 out of 2 people. So we are 6 people here. So if it would be 1 out of 3, I mean, only 4 of us would have access, but most likely Maria from Namibia and I most probably would have the worst connection, because not only we come from the southern hemisphere, but we are also women. So 1 out of 3 are disconnected, as I said. In my country, 1 out of 2. So you should also look to your left, onto your right. So either one of you would be connected and the other one wouldn't be, or if they are, wouldn't be connected, or also wouldn't have the translator to understand because they don't have these abilities. This is the issue of the digital gap. We also have the age gap. Seniors, 60 plus years old, are also disconnected. So we have many challenges in terms of this digital gap. So it is clearly fundamental that we should reduce these. And each revolution that happened in the past generated these gaps, and we didn't manage to overcome them, but also now they've deepened. So therefore we clearly need international cooperation. And I also want to mention the other challenges: disinformation, also information manipulation, cybersecurity, because if we don't have data governance, we don't have cybersecurity. In that case, we're not going to have actual governance. AI governance, sorry. We cannot talk about responsible AI governance if we don't have data governance. Also, the environmental impact. the environmental impact of this digital innovation. This is something that we also need to tackle. And this is a great opportunity because AI allows as well to advance in the reduction of this environmental impact. And then finally, data privacy. It is fundamental as well. And we need to think that citizens, all of us, we give our data, we don't know whom to, of people that monetize this data. And if I told you now that all of us are going to give our phones, our data, our medical data, purchasing data, all of one to anyone or to the state, what would you say? A lady should say that. Well, it would be crazy. Well, actually, this is actually happening. All the citizens are providing all this data. They're being monetized and by a click, because otherwise we would be out of the system. So in this sense, we shouldn't be scared of regulation. Regulation is not about prohibiting. It's actually an important condition so we have a sustainable development that is also inclusive and democratic. Thank you.